Hello, hello. Welcome to the first official Command Center Collective class. We are taking a deep dive into Airtable today because that is the foundation of the Command Center and it's the launch pad for all automations. So we really have to make sure that the Airtable is set up properly to make sure everything else works because it is the foundation. So I'm going to share my screen and we're really going to get down to the nitty-gritty of Airtable. And that way, if you're just getting started, or even if you have used Airtable for a little bit, maybe you will learn something new today. So can y'all see my screen? Okay, cool. Let me see. Sometimes it'll like put y'all on the side, so I don't have to keep moving y'all around. Okay. And please feel free to type questions in the chat as they come up. All right, so this is, let me kind of back out here for a second. So whenever you log into Airtable, the first thing that you have to do is you have to create an Airtable account. And then whenever you do log in, this will look pretty empty. Like mine looks crazy because I have Airtables for everything. But if you are just getting started, you probably won't have anything. Also, whenever you create your account, it's going to ask you a ton of questions like, are you a manager? Are you a this? Do you need a table for this? You can literally skip through all of that and just like put whatever, because what it's helping you do is create your first base, but you won't need it because I've already created it for you. So you can just like click whatever to get through that first little setup questionnaire. And then you'll have like just a blank thing, which you can delete later. So here, I just want to show you kind of like what your workspace will look like. So I have all these different bases, but you should just have one unless you want to create more. And so these are like the little tiles. So here you can click this little arrow right here. You can click inside this box. You can rename your command center or your base. You can change the color. You can change the icon. You can share, like if you have a virtual assistant that you need help with, you can share it with them. And if you needed to create one for different businesses, you could duplicate. I do just want to plug in that you may not share this template with anyone. This is only for you. So if you have a team or have friends that are in the social selling space that would benefit from the command center, please reach out to me about an affiliate code. And I do give 20% commissions to my affiliates. So this is only for you. So you do not need to know how to duplicate and share, okay? Unless you want to do something else. So I'm going to go into my command center sample because it's kind of the older one. And I just want to be able to show you how to edit a bunch of things. So once you get into your base, what you're going to have is tabs at the top. And these are not like tabs in Excel or Google Sheets. These are like different actual databases, basically. So the information in each of these do not correlate to each other, if that makes sense. So you know how in Excel you can like make formulas where it connects to different tabs. Airtable is not like that. All of basically the way to do that in Airtable is by creating different views. So I have a lot of these views here for you already. And the main view is going to be this everything. So everything means that there's no filters, there's no segmentation. It is just literally every single piece of information that is inside of your Airtable. And whenever you download your command center template, you will have a bunch of samples. I did that so you could kind of see what it looks like whenever you start filling things out, but you will need to delete those. So I will show you how to delete them. I'm not going to delete these out of here, but I will show you how you can do it. So you just click this little button that is a select all button, or you can select which cells you would like to delete. And then if you have a regular computer, you can right click. If you have a Mac keypad, you can 2-finger click to bring up this little menu, and you can delete all records. Because if you just hit delete on your keyboard, it's only going to clear out the fields. It's not actually going to delete the cells. So you'll have like a bunch of empty fields. And then I wanted to kind of go over what we have here. So Obviously first name is first name, last name, contact type. If you wanted to change out what these are called, what you can do is you can click on this first option, and I just got that by selecting this little arrow here, and customize field type. So you can rename what the category is called, what that column is, and then you can go in here and name your contact types here. So obviously I have VIP leads for hair, skin, and wellness, because I like to break those apart for, say, if we had a sale on hair care, skincare, wellness, I can segment out the people that are interested in that. So if you are not in the same company that I'm in, you can segment that for different types. Like, for example, I have an Arbonne template all ready to go, and they have like nutrition, wellness, makeup, and well, nutrition and wellness are the same thing, but you kind of get where I'm going with this. You can break up the leads depending on what they are interested in. And then we have market partner leads. So like for Arbonne, that would be independent consultant. And you can change these out, and having these contact types segmented out is what's going to help automate workflows later. So that's why I said, like, it's really, really important to have this set up the right way from the beginning. That way everything else will work properly. So status, I am going to show you how to change this, because this is something new that has happened in the command center that's made it work a lot better. So for example, for the first part of the process is an idea. Like, so say if you ran into someone and you're like, oh my gosh, she'd be so good at this business, or she would love this skincare, that's where you would put idea. Then the next part is took a quiz. So I want to change this because I don't want it to be took a quiz. I want to know which quiz they took. So I'm going to change this to took hair quiz. If I could type, that would be cool. And then took skin quiz. And then you can like click these here and like move these around and like put them in a different order. And then I'm going to change this to come work with me. Okay. And so you can say sent samples, reached out, invited to an in-person event, invited to an opportunity call, waiting for a response, need to follow up, definite no, ordered officially, or joined as market partner or independent consultant, or whatever that is for your company. And you can change these, you can move them around, you can actually change the colors of what they are, and then hit save. And it may ask you to confirm changes, boom. So then the next one is readiness. That is, are they warm? Are they cold? Are they hot leads? That is just like whenever you're going to do follow-up, you can segment out like, where are my cold leads, where are my warm leads, where are my hot leads, and make sure that you follow up with those and prioritize them properly. Platform is basically, where are you talking to this person at? Like, are you talking to them on Instagram? Was it an in-person? Like, did you meet them at the gym? Did you meet them on the airplane? And then Facebook, TikTok, or texting. That way, whenever you go to sit down and do your follow-ups, you're not like, okay, where was I talking to that girl at? Was it Facebook Messenger or Instagram? And then you have to like spend 5 minutes trying to find the conversation. That's going to save you time here. Then I have product recommendations, where you can type in what you recommend for that person. Product graphic. I'm going to rename that to product. I'm going to do PR for product recommendation graphic, because in our business, what we do is we create a sample cart, and then most of the time we take a screenshot, or we create like a pretty Canva graphic or unfold and like explain what they are. So you can drag and drop those, because this is the field type is an attachment. So the same thing is like if they fill out the forms, at the end of that, it's like, can you please attach a picture of your hair? And that's going to be an attachment also. Also, you can create custom field types that are check boxes, just to like check, like I did this, like sent thank you note, sent sample cart. And that will help you keep track of what you've done for who. And then let's see. And then initial contact date is, when did you first talk to them? The last contact date is, when's the last time you talked to them? And next follow-up date is, when do you want to talk to them next? And this next follow-up date is important for automation. So always make sure that that is filled out. And I really love to see like how long it took to close a potential lead, because sometimes it's like 2 days, and sometimes it's 2 years. So it's really interesting to see like what that timeline is. And then phone number, email, Instagram handle, and this gets into all of the questions. So literally all of the questions for all 3 forms that I have here in the command center are on this everything view. And so whenever we go to the forms, I want to, because that's like the most important thing that you need in this Airtable are the forms. So whenever you log in, you may see little stars next to these 2 items, and that means that you have to have the pro version for Airtable. And I'll just go ahead and show you now how you upgrade if you want to go ahead and get the pro version. You do not need it, but if you want to add like a pretty picture to these, you will need that pro version. So to do that, you just go to your account up here and hit upgrade. And then you can see which plan works best for you. The lowest one is $12 billed monthly. I like to pay monthly in case I need to cancel later. But if you're like, I know I'm going to use this, like I know whatever, you can go ahead and do $10 a month and it will bill annually. So let's go back. Okay, so whenever you get this is just a template. So what you need to do is you need to literally go through every single line item of this and make sure that it is in alignment with your business. And you need to take out stuff that does not apply to you. You need to add in your story, your experience, and your Instagram handles and things like that. And so, and then for these, I want to change these, and I'm going to show you how I clean up Airtables for people. So this is first name, and what's really important is to capture the contact information on these forms. So you want to make sure that these are required, and you can just do that through this, because the worst thing is to get a quiz from someone and not have their contact information. Like they filled out everything else, but you have no idea how to get in touch with them. So you just want to click on these and make sure that the items that you for sure need are checked off. And see how like this box is smaller than this box? I'm going to clean that up. So I click on customize field type and see how it's a long text. We don't need a long text for an email. So I'm actually going to click the email button here and hit save and confirm change. And I actually think, okay, this one is phone number. Okay, great. And then Instagram handle. So I want to make sure these are required also. And then you can also click on the question, hit the little drop down and edit. If like your company is in different countries, you can X out whichever ones you don't need and add in the one that you do and edit it there. And I would suggest like going through each of these questions and making sure, like this one, describe your why. That has my name in it for some reason. Like, so why you're interested in partnering with me. No, okay. And just going through and making sure that these are what you want. So I wanted to quickly share this little section down here. So you can, if you do have the pro version, you can turn off the Airtable branding. So there's no Airtable branding on the form. You can redirect to URL after the form is submitted. So where that could come in handy is like sending someone back to your Instagram, or maybe to your new TikTok, or maybe to a Facebook group that you have created for leads. You can redirect them here, or you can, in this message, after they submit the form, they're going to see this message and you could say like, hey, thank you so much. Be on the lookout from a text and an email from me. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. In the meantime, please check out my free Facebook group for my customers to learn more about the products or whatever. So you can do that also. And then you want to make sure that this last one is checked, where it says email me at Jordan, or email me, and it will have your email address that you signed up with Airtable here, because you want to be notified in your email whenever you're getting new forms. That way, if you're out and about, you are still able to follow up with those people. And all in the email, you'll get all the answers to their questions. Also, so same thing with the hair quiz. And with the skin quiz, also, I do have an Arbonne template that has all the questions for the nutrition and the makeup. And so if you are interested in that, just let me know. Whenever you do purchase the command center, both the Monate template and the Arbonne template are already in there. And if you are watching this and you are partnered with a different company than Monate and Arbonne, please reach out to me and I can partner with you to create your own company's Airtable template. So I have a bunch of views here that I want to kind of explain. So new hair quiz results. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to clean this up. So we want to make sure that the contact type is empty. And the reason for this particular view is so whenever you log in, you can see all of your new hair quizzes all in one place. Like you don't have to go look for it. They're going to be all right here lined up. So we want to make sure that the filters are turned on. And so the filter is contact type is empty because you have not looked at this person yet and you have not named them VIP lead, market partner lead, etc. And then we want to also add a condition where the status is took hair quiz. And I'm going to show you one more step for that in just a moment. And then this 28 hidden fields. So I want to click on that and make sure that all of the questions that I want to see in this view are selected. So I do want to see like all the contact information, phone number, email, Instagram handle. And then I want to see all the questions to the hair quizzes. So how dense is your hair, etc., all the way down to can you share a picture of your hair? And then you can just click off of here. And I do want to make sure the last name is selected, and then you can just move and reorder in this view, or you can also click and drag the columns around to make it in the order that you want it to be. So that is new hair quiz results. So next, I need a new skin quiz results. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to duplicate the view, but I am then going to rename it to new skin quiz results. And if you've purchased the command center recently, this may already be in there, but I just want to show you how to edit things and duplicate and make it your own in case you want to see other views that are not already listed. So here, I want to go to the same thing. Contact type is empty, but status is took skin quiz. And then I'm going to go to the hidden fields, and then I'm going to switch out the hair care questions for the skincare questions. So I'm going to uncheck all of these. And then I'm going to check all of the skin questions because I want to see those in this view. Okay. So I'm going to see all of their questions in here whenever they take the hair quiz. The skin quiz. The next thing that I need to do is I need to create, and you can create like a blank grid also down here. So I'm going to create grid and I'm going to name it new work with me form. Create new view. And then I see how it has everything in there because I have no filters right now. So it's basically the same thing as the everything view until I put the filters in there. So I'm going to click and drag this up to the very top because to me, that's the most important form that I get. And so you can, prioritize those. And then I'm going to go to filter, add condition where the contact type is empty. And the status is took work with me form. And then I'm going to go to hide fields and I'm going to hide all. And then I'm going to select the ones that I do want to see. So I'm going to do next follow-up date, phone number, email, Instagram handle, and then the work with me questions. Okay, so now I have my 3 new views and then leads. So what I want to do with the leads is I want to break these up as well. So I'm going to rename the view and I'm going to do VIP leads. So I have VIP leads and market partner leads. So the VIP leads, I need to make sure that I'm going to close all or cancel all those out. And then filter by contact type has any VIP lead, hair, skin, wellness, but I'm going to uncheck this market partner lead because I have a separate view for this already. So I'm going to uncheck that. And then I am going to click on my market partner leads, and I'm going to make sure, yes, I already have that one done. I'm going to see market partner leads and status view. I don't necessarily need that one anymore because I've already segmented out so many. So I'm going to delete that view. And then here I have VIP grid, which is going to be all of my actual VIPs, like after they have ordered. So has any of VIP officially and VIP customer, because that's what happened whenever I imported them, which we'll talk about in just a minute. And then we have the market partner grid, which are my official market partners. And then down here, the green ones are called Kanban. And a lot of people don't know what this is for. And they're like, what is a Kanban? So if you've ever worked with a platform called Trello, or I think Monday.com, or I think Asana may have this option as well, but you can kind of see it as kind of like a board where you can drag and drop people into different steps of the sales process. And what's also very cool is whenever they do the fill out the forms, or like the hair quiz or the skin quiz, and they need to attach a picture, it will kind of be like a little contact card where you can see their picture, and you can so whenever you look at these, you're going to see all of their little pictures in this view, which is really cool. And then if you need to delete one, again, you can just click on the arrow, delete view. And then I did create this other view because you can create as many forms as you want. So this sign up for flash sale updates, you could do signups for anything inside of Airtable. Now, I will say that if you are doing the whole entire command center, which includes Airtable, Flowdesk, Project Broadcast, Mini Chat, and Zapier, I would suggest creating these forms inside of Flowdesk because they are very beautiful and they will go straight into your email list, and we can zap those contacts over to your Airtable template. That way everyone's in one spot. But this is a very simple way to do it. If you don't have Flowdesk yet, you can do forms like that inside of here to capture leads. But if you are using Flowdesk, I would suggest doing forms like this inside of, like if it's simple, if you just need name and like email or Instagram handle, I would suggest doing those in Flowdesk instead. So you can do that in here, and you can make sure that you have all that information. So the next thing, do you have any questions so far? Cool. The next thing that I want to show you is the reason why we segment out so heavily in Airtable, because each of these can be an email segment and a text segment. So for example, if you get a new work with me form, you can automatically send out a text message that says, hello, I've received your work with me form, be on the lookout, or you can send them a link to your Calendly to schedule a discovery call with you. Same thing with hair quizzes. You can send out an automated email and text that said, hey, I received your information, be on the lookout for more recommendations for me, etc. So every single piece of this is segmented out for a deeper purpose. It's not just to have different views. It's like way deeper whenever you segment these people out. So the next thing I wanted to show you is going through these little tabbies up at the top. So you can track your volume. Like if you're someone who really wants to track your volume, you can track your daily volume in here. So I just have personal volume, group volume, and downline volume. And you can add here, you can do this a bunch of different ways. You can also do your social media in here as well. So I've included 31 post ideas, and you can have a status where it's like idea created and posted. Its type is it a reel? Is it a grid post? Is it a story? Is it a TikTok or a YouTube? Platform is like, which platform are you going to post this on? And then what date are you going to post this on? And then if you've created graphics in like Canva or Unfold, you can actually drag and drop them into here. That way, whenever you go to post, or if you're scheduling things out, you can grab the files from here. Next is Kanban. So you can literally drag and drop whenever you have finished like the Power of 5 post, you can put it in that stack. Also, the coolest thing, which is what I love, is whenever you don't have this, like you don't have the dates filled out and it's empty, you'll have all of your topics over here to the right. And so say if you like did, 10 hair, like if you have different content categories and you did 10 in the first category, 10 in the second, 10 in the third, and they're all right here, but you don't want to post about those in sequence. You want to like mix it up. Like one day I post about hair, one day I post about skin, the next day I post about the business opportunity, the next day I post about being a mom. You can literally drag and drop and create a content calendar in seconds. And then you can focus on this and have like a strategy instead of just posting and praying, which is amazing. Also, another sticky, I call it a virtual sticky note because that's what it looks like to me. But at the beginning of the month, you can say like, okay, I want to reach this rank and I want to get this many customers and this many team members. So you can one by one type out what you want to do, like just as if it was a sticky note. And then you can go into the Kanban view, and as you check things off your list, you can move these over, and it's just very satisfying at the end. So this is the data view. Up at the top, you can see data automations and interfaces. So if we go back to the main view here, you can go to automations, and I want to show you a few automations that are very, very helpful and necessary. So the first one that I'm going to do is update record. So I want to do new work with me form. Okay. And so then let's see. So you know what? We're going to start over. We're going to delete. Okay. And I want to start from scratch because I want to do it myself. So I'm going to say the trigger is when a form is submitted. And so then you come over to this right-hand side and it kind of walks you through this process. So I'm going to select the main table because that's where it's pulling the information from. The form is work with me form. And then I'm going to add the action. So it's asking, what do I want to happen whenever a new form is submitted? Well, I want it to automatically update some of the fields. So I want it to update record. And again, I'm going to select the main table. In record, I'm going to select this first option, Airtable record ID. And then the field, I'm going to select status and took work with me form. And then also, if you want to have automated text messages go out, there will be another step, but I'll do that in our project broadcast video. I will show you how to do that. So whenever a form is submitted, it's automatically going to change the status of that person to work with me form. So it shows up in that work with me form view. So I'm going to rename this automation to new work with me form. And then you turn it on. And boom, whenever you get a new work with me form submitted, you're going to get an email, and they're also going to add that person to that new work with me form view. So they're all showing up at the, whenever, before you talk to them. The next automation that I want to show you, so you can do that for all of your forms. You can do that for the work with me form, the hair quiz, the skin quiz, or whatever quizzes you have. And then the next automation is I want it to, when a record matches conditions, I'm going to go to main table, and then the conditions are when let's scroll, not contact date. Let's see. When next follow date is today. Let's see. And then also when is not empty. So those two things, because we don't want to get emails every day that's like follow up failed because it's empty. So you want it to be filled out, and you want it to be today. So that means every morning when you wake up, you will get an email that's like, who do you need to follow up with today? And then, so now I'm going to add the action. I want it to send an email, and I want it to send an email to me. So it's going to be to jordan@jordanenglish.co. Subject is going to be daily follow-ups. And then inside the message, I'm going to click this little button here, and I'm going to build it out. So I'm going to do use data from, let's see. They've changed this a little bit. Use data from, used to be a little grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to do first name, and where's my last name? And contact type. And you can add in here whatever you want, and then you can hit generate preview. So when a record matches conditions, it's going to send an email to me. So you can set that up, and you may have some issues. There's always like a trigger that's like trigger did not work. Please reach out to me if you have that problem. Setting up the automation is a little bit tricky, but most of the time it will like show red or have like a little alert button where it's like, hey, yo, you didn't fill this out, or yada, yada. So you can then rename it to daily follow-ups. And that is another automation that you can do. So we're going to go back to the main table, and this is basically all that you need to get started. But one last thing I did want to show you is whenever you complete your work with me forms, or whenever you complete your forms, this is where you get the link to share the button to share the form. So share form, and then you're going to copy this here. What I do is I go to the notes, and then I go to links, and then I paste it in the notes in my phone. And then I open my phone and I paste it to, then I use the Boards app for all of my links. So I paste it to the Boards app, so I always have it in my keyboard. And then also I use this link and paste it to, like if you have Milkshake, Linktree, link.bio, any of those where it's like all of your links together, that is where you will paste this link. And go ahead and send it out to people and just say like, hey, I have a new form. Can you please check this out? And they will be happy to fill that out for you. So then you can see how the information comes together. So I think that's it. Let me check my notes and make sure that I didn't miss anything. Forms, how to share forms, group, sort. Oh, I did want to share, like in the everything view, these little options at the top. And this is in every view that you have. So we already talked about hiding fields and filtering out what you see, but group is another awesome one that you can group by literally anything. So you can group by contact type and have people segmented out here. But also if you have a lot of VIP leads, you can group by questions in the quizzes. So you could group by like, how is your hair? And then first to last. So if a lot of people said like thick, thin, oily, dry, whatever, you can segment that out. That way, if you have a sale on a particular product, you can go ahead and segment out those people that have answered the hair quiz questions and send out emails or text to them. Also, the sort. If you want to see like the newest or the oldest first, there is this is the, it's not really important except for whenever you're editing a lot of things. It's going to automatically keep track of when that person was modified. So like, when did they enter your system? When did you last talk to them? So if you want to sort by newest to oldest, you can sort by last modified and sort, from beginning to end or newest to oldest. And that is another important one as well. So did I miss anything? Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, that is it, guys. Again, if you have Oh, I'm doing new share. If you have any questions about Airtable, please reach out to me on Instagram at Jordan English Official, or you can email me jordan@jordanenglish.co. And make sure that you're inside of the Facebook group and the WhatsApp chat in case you have any questions there as well. All right, guys, see you on the next one.